Young and the Restless spoilers for December 8/12, 2025 reveal Nikki Newman being stunned and Diane Jenkins playing dirty. As always on Early Edition Day, we talk about what's coming the rest of this week, then we'll dive into next week. Young and the Restless, Nick and Sharon, horrified. On Wednesday, December 3rd, we've got Sharon Newman and Nick Newman very upset. They found terrible things at the warehouse, maybe some drugged-out people, dead bodies, because of the whole fentanyl ring that Mitch Bacall, a.k.a. Matt Clark, is running. But they did not find their son Noah Newman. So, Detective Annie Stewart and Detective Burrow think that Mitch/Matt lied about holding Noah there. And they also think that Matt might be panicking over them poking into his fentanyl business. Of course, they're undercover, and they're hoping he doesn't know she's undercover and Detective Burrow is undercover as a dirty cop. But they are both definitely working this. And I just wonder if Burrow is a double-double agent because of some of the things he's doing. The two detectives tell Nick and Sharon that Matt doesn't know the cops are onto his drug ring, that he's just upset about other things. Young and the Restless, Matt toying with Nick and Sharon. So Nick bribes this homeless guy who looks at a photo of Noah and says that he saw him looking all strung out and high with some woman. But this is a red herring. Later, Detective Burrow reports to Mitch/Matt that Nick and Sharon think that Matt sent them on a wild goose chase. He wants them to think Noah is dead so that Nick and Sharon are suffering. So, Detective Burrow confirms that the homeless guy that they planted there did indeed lie to Nick. And then Detective Burrow wants to know why Mitch/Matt hates Nick and Sharon so much. And Matt says that Nick and Sharon bother him and they're arrogant. On top of that, he was nice to Noah, was helping him with business, and he repaid him by screwing his wife. Young and the Restless, Victor comes face to face with Matt Clark. Victor Newman walks in on their conversation. The mustache just casually strolls into the shadow room in Los Angeles and calls him Matt, and he denies that's his name and said it's Mitch. Victor says Matt should have stayed dead, and he continues pretending not to know Victor. So Victor wants to know from Matt where Noah is, and he again says his name's Mitch and says maybe Noah is with Sienna getting high and is talking about her being a druggie. Victor is vowing to destroy Matt unless he cuts a deal with him, and that didn't go that well. Then Victor shows up at Nick and Sharon's hotel and says he offered Matt a big old payoff to hand Noah over, and he refused. So Victor says that Mitch/Matt also told him that Sienna is cheating with Noah, and that Sienna is a druggie who will try and get Noah hooked. But Nick and Sharon don't think she is. They say that Sienna doesn't seem like a druggie. She seems clean, no signs of drug use. They are also wondering if the homeless guy was a fake. And Victor tells them he has another idea how to save Noah. Young and the Restless, Noah and Sienna's escape thwarted. Sienna is cuddling with Noah to keep warm, and they talk about cheating on her husband and his partner Ali Nueven. And Noah knows he needs to call and break it off with Ali, but he doesn't want to hurt her. But he wants to be with Sienna. And Noah tells her that Detective Burrow is a dirty cop because he's the one who took him out of the shadow room, and then he woke up in that room there with her. Sienna is completely horrified because she had no idea all these years her husband was really Matt and that he's this monster. But Sienna says that she chooses Noah and has no regrets. He tries to use Sienna's lightning bolt pendant to work on the door hinges, and he actually gets them undone. Opens the door. Noah and Sienna think, okay, we're out of here. But Detective Burrow and Mitch/Matt are right there when he opens the door. Y&R spoilers, Victor's power play and Jabot's counterattack. Thursday, December 4th, we've got Victor pulling a slick move and outmaneuvering Mitch/Matt. And I suspect this may give Sharon and Nick a better shot at finding Noah and Sienna. Matt might have actually moved them after catching them escaping. And Mitch/Matt is forcing Noah's hand about something. He may make some sort of crazy demand, break up with Sienna, leave town, or he hurts her. We'll see. Nikki learns a secret from Jack Abbott on Friday the 5th. And I'm just wondering if Jack's gonna share info with Nikki, either fake info, hoping she'll tell Victor, or Jack might tell Nikki that, don't tell anybody, but we're pursuing criminal charges on Victor because of him using this AI, and asks her not to warn Victor, knowing she obviously would. Maybe they're gonna try and put a scare in her, because what he is doing is absolutely illegal. It's cybercrime. Young and the Restless, Diane and Kyle scheme together. Kyle Abbott and Diane are working really hard to dig up some dirt on Victor, something they can use to thwart him. Diane really wants to see Victor prosecuted for using this illegal AI. But the problem is, right now, he's only used it at Arabesque, not on Abbottcom or Jabot. But still, they're gonna dig. Audra Charles faces Claire Grace Newman's wrath on Friday on Young and the Restless. Now that Holden Novak told Claire that Audra robbed that random guy, who's not so random really, out of big money, Claire may threaten Audra and tell her dirty secrets are coming out. Claire left Billy Abbott a message, so maybe they've talked off screen and she gave her the info. But if Claire warns her it's about to come out, Audra's gonna run to Holden and tell him, look, you idiot, we're both about to be, public enemy #1 unless you shut this down. Next week on Young and the Restless, an anniversary, a villain's return, and lingering threats. The following week, December 8th through the 12th, on Tuesday, December 9th, we have a special standalone episode celebrating Michael Baldwin and Lauren Finmore's 20th wedding anniversary. Get ready for tons of flashbacks from back in the day. Sienna and Noah are soon free of Mitch/Matt and head home to Genoa City. Looks like Victor being out in Los Angeles is the tipping point that works it out. Matt may, pretend like he lost and let them go. But he is going to creep up on Genoa City and take everybody unaware, as we know that from an interview with Roger Howarth about the plans for the villain he's playing. Now he is far from done. He wants Noah to pay for sleeping with Sienna and Nick and Sharon just to pay in general because he hates them. Noah and Sienna are in Genoa City soon, hoping to put the LA nightmare behind them and enjoy a holiday together. Obviously, Noah owes Allie a call. Jack may not like that, but he has settled her. Young and the Restless, Matt stirs up trouble in Genoa City. So I wonder also if Matt might try and expand his fentanyl operation to Genoa City, especially if the LA cops are onto him. I'm also wondering if hunky Detective Burrow will get a transfer to the GCPD, because we got no cops in town and he is really hot. I like that actor a whole bunch. The actor is Matt Cohen. He played Griffin Monroe over on General Hospital, if you happen to see that. Total silver fox. Love the dark hair with the silver things in there. We need some new eye candy around town. Kyle is very hopeful after Claire gave him a Thanksgiving kiss, but she doesn't want a serious relationship, and she was over there more for Harrison Locke. So Kyle may be let down again soon. And Claire versus Audra intensifies next week. Young and the Restless spoilers for December 8-12, 2025